as you come out here in the impact zone, wrestle your match, go back to the locker room, grab your joystick, play your video games, look at your comic book. You call each other during the week, go online and play video games. You go online to these marked wrestling sites to see if you got a 4-star match, a 5-star match. What do you care what these geeks think? Ask us what we think, and we'll tell you that you suck.
This entire fucking show sucked a massive dick, except for one segment, which was the greatest and the worst promo at the same time that I've ever heard.
That's pretty tight, actually, for a concise review.
Scott Steiner is, in fact, a god. He came out here this evening, the 5th member of the Main Event Mafia, and I demand somebody please get audio of this and send it to me via email so I can add it to the drop board. The promo that he cut on the young guys in this company. First off, he came out and talked about how these 5 men were champions. They respected and loved the business. They worked hard every night. And they're supposed to be heels, by the way. So, of course, everybody cheers them. And then he starts burying the guys backstage. And he basically said, you fuckers backstage, come out here and do your matches. And then you go backstage and you start to play video games. And then, in the middle of the week, you call your friends so you can all go online and play video games there. He was completely appalled at this idea of these young fuckers going on the internet to play video games. He then said, and this is a direct quote, you go online to these mark wrestling sites to see if you got a 4-star match, a 5-star match. What do you care what these geeks think? Ask us what we think, and we'll tell you that you suck. He said that AJ Styles could go home to his redneck country or his redneck state, his redneck town. He could put a fucking billboard on his back and walk around, and nobody would know who he was.
AJ Styles! You can go back to your redneck state, Georgia. Go back to your redneck town that you grew up in. Strap a billboard on your back, walk down Main Street, and nobody would know who you are.
Said that Samoa Joe could go back to the Isle of Samoa, and everybody would instead ask, who's the fat ass? Who is the half-breed?
Hey, Samoa Joe, you can fly back to the Isles of Samoa, and the only question they'll ask is, who's the fat? Who's the half-breed? That's the difference between you punk and us.
All right, go ahead.
So Steiner's cutting this awesome promo, and meanwhile in the background there's Kurt Angle and there's Kevin Nash and there's Booker T. And at first Booker and Kevin were kind of chuckling, and the camera's panning right to left, and so you see Sting standing there stoic. You see Sharmell, who's just being there, being beautiful. Then there's Booker T and then Nash, and the two of them are kind of chuckling themselves. And then there's Kurt Angle. His head is sticking forward. His jaw is agape. He cannot believe the words that are coming out of Scott Steiner's mouth as he is completely burying the opposition in his main event feud.
Aghast.
I can't fathom what is being said. And Steiner just buries them deeper and deeper. And like I say, everything he says is true. He made them look like complete geeks. And then the more he said, the funnier it got, to the point where Kevin was looking at Kurt and then just giving a belly laugh like, Jesus Christ. And then we got to the point where he called Samoa Joe a fat ass, and he said all the Samoans would ask, who was the fat ass? And Booker T almost fell down. He was laughing so hard.
It was fat ass and half-breed.
Fat ass and half-breed.
That broke Booker T.
Booker T had to cover his face. He was laughing so hard. He arched his back. His knees bowed.
This was the best fucking bad promo of the entire year. They buried these geeks so deep underground.
Yeah.
So deep underground. But it was the funniest fucking thing. It was an amazing disparity here between the good and the bad.
And I guarantee you AJ Styles, when he goes home to Gainesville, is not mobbed at the grocery store.
Holy Christ.
So then, for a rebuttal, Samoa Joe came out with his geek friends. And it was Samoa Joe, it was Jay Lethal in his Macho Man Halloween costume, It was the Machine Guns being small and skinny, and Eric Young looking like a bigger dork than he was when he was in the superhero costume. He just stood there, kind of slouched, arms down the sides, mouth open, looking like a complete tool. And they talked for a while, and Joe said, I'm going to choke you out, Scott. You can tell Kevin what it's like. And finally he said, you guys have been recruiting. You got Scott Steiner. Well, we're recruiting too. And he brought up he announced his the new member of the Young Guns as Christian Cage. So Cage came out and said, no, I'm not on your side.
Wonderful. You fucking fools.
Which leads me to question, how did this go down? Joe said, hey, Christian, those old guys in the ring talking, I'm going to go out there and give a rebuttal, and then you come out and be with us. And Christian said, okay. And then somehow this got misconstrued into him joining Joe's side, and he had to clarify this. How did that actually go down? How was this planned?
Who cares? We're wasting too much time on that.
No, this is all awesome. So Christian said that he was going to beat Booker T, and he was going to take the fake belt. And Booker T said, no, I'm going to beat you, and you'll be on my side. And they played the music. And Tenay said that if Christian Cage lost, he would lose his freedom. Christian Cage's freedom is at stake in this match.
Legends Championship this Sunday, it's also about Christian Cage's freedom. Because if Christian doesn't defeat Booker this Sunday for that Legends title, then he must join the Main Event Mafia.
But the main event of this segment, the main event of the show, the greatest thing I've seen all time, all my life, was the Scott Steiner promo burying the Geeks deep, deep, deep below the earth.
Why would they want Christian if he doesn't want to be there?
I don't know.
Isn't that like
What you're asking for is to ask for a guy to stand in the corner and hold your jacket, and then at the key point, interfere and cost you the match.
This is not like at a war when you take a hostage. This is taking a hostage and asking him against his will to fight for you.
This is taking a hostage, putting a gun in his hands, saying, here we go, and then jumping in front of him. Bad plan.
Who's the fat? Who's the head?